In early October, a lingering long-period swell fills the coast. It's a swell that traveled over 2,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean.
I mean, hurricane season's something we're waiting for. The tides have been working out pretty nice. South side of this pier, it's been pretty good.
And for most of the morning, surfers enjoyed the energy from one of the Atlantic Ocean's most powerful hurricanes, Lorenzo.
It is the easternmost Category 5 ever recorded in the Atlantic Basin.
I remember putting the Fundaro tragedy up. I remember thinking that's going to represent probably this decade. Then comes Matthew. And I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be it for this decade, right? And then Irma. And then unimaginable destruction, Michael.
You've told me many times before, you've always said more heat means more energy.
If you look back and see, well, where have we seen this much of a change? And we see, okay, how long did that change take? 1 to 2 degrees globally. It would take 10 to 50,000 years. And this has happened in the last 150.
The past 5 years, 2014, 2015, 16, 17, and 18, are the warmest in recorded history.
If we were hit by one storm, a news anchor might say, is this proof? And I'd say, well, we can't say one storm is proof. But if this indeed is happening, we're going to see things add up. And then what's happened? Andrew, 92. Floyd, end of the 90s. Then comes 2004, where there's 4 hurricanes in 6 weeks. And then think about the last, 4 or 5 years. Matthew, Irma, Michael, Dorian, Lorenzo.
Outside of storm systems blasting neighborhoods and news headlines, without paying close attention, sometimes a changing climate can be overlooked. Jacksonville, the river city by the sea, an economy, an environment that thrive on a healthy St. Johns River.
St. Johns River is a very complex system, and there are so many factors that influence it. But it's also a very flat system.
Meaning small changes in the environment can mean big changes in the river. The smallest increase in high tide means more flooding. The smallest increase in temperature changes a fish's migration pattern, or the smallest change in salinity means the Mayport shrimp are harder to find.
We've dredged the river. We have paved over wetlands, but we are seeing both man-made as well as natural changes in the system.
Changes in the river that make reaching equilibrium difficult, just like the changes in the atmosphere.
More extremes. Hot is hotter, cold is colder.
And the storms become stormier.
Steve Fundaro for First Coast News, on your side.